Welcome to What Self-Care Looks Like. I'm your host, Brittany Elliott. It may be hard to hear, but self-care is not spa days, a weekend getaway, or brunch with your bestie. True self-care is the practice of protecting your well-being and happiness, and it lives within your daily routine. I'm a self-care and mom life coach here to help you prioritize your needs and practice self-care in a meaningful way so you can reclaim joy in your motherhood experience. Let's get back to you. Hey, welcome back to What Self-Care Looks Like. I am Brittany Elliott. I am your self-care and mom life coach here to help you prioritize your needs and practice self-care in a meaningful way so that you can reclaim joy in your motherhood experience. And today we're just going to talk about self-care in general. Like, why should you even be doing self-care? I am typically, if you're watching this episode and you see me got my little fitness clothes on, I'm either recording before or after a workout. In most cases, that's how it fits into my schedule. And typically for my self-care, some type of movement is always involved, whether it's weight training, stretching, um, walking on the treadmill, do my stepper, any of that. It's usually what's involved. Welcome to the show. Welcome to this episode. I hope that you are enjoying the show. If you're new here, welcome. So let's jump into it. So I was recently having a conversation with my older brother, and let me just slow down my notes before I start speed reading. And I was basically explaining to him how strange being a mother was when my daughter was first born. I instantly felt this intense pressure to do everything right. Even though I had no idea what the right thing to do was, I felt like every decision or lack of decision had a direct impact on my daughter. And if she wasn't sleeping properly, eating properly, filling up enough diapers, reaching milestones, I thought it was 100% my fault. And I felt a need to always be doing something for her or taking action to take care of her, but not in a loving way. Although I loved her, of course, but it was an obligatory way. And the odd part was that when I went back to work, I felt like I had to turn that off, like just switch that off and just be highly productive at work, even though I was taking breaks to pump and checking in on my daughter several times a day, just calling to check in. And that intense pressure, we could blame societal expectations and pressures, but more so, I blame my own inability to just take time to process what I was feeling just in the moment. And since I wasn't processing it or holding space for my thoughts and feelings, I couldn't articulate my emotions at that time. And things just kept escalating. And this is why I'm such an advocate for self care. And so this episode is all about why self care is so important. Hey, it's Brittany here, your host of the show, and I'd like to invite you to grab your copy of my book, What Self-Care Looks Like. It's the roadmap for working moms who want to prioritize their self-care and rediscover the joy in their motherhood experience. It's a must-read for any mom who has felt lost, unseen, or unsure along her motherhood journey. Buy it today at www.whatselfcarelooks.com. So I've talked about this a lot-ish, is that I suffered from what I call a shattered sense of self when my daughter was about 2 years old. And I think it had just been building up, like I mentioned, that escalation. And a lot of that was just from my inability to just talk about, what I was feeling and just really struggling to find my footing in motherhood at the beginning. And I 100% know that had I really taken the steps to adopt a self-care routine earlier on, I would have been much better off. Of course, over time, your self care routine looks different. It looks different in every stage of motherhood. It looks different depending on, how flexible your time is, what your responsibilities are, how many children you have. But just getting up every day and asking yourself what you need and doing something, taking action to protect your well being and happiness is huge compared to what I was doing, which was none of that. So, here are just 5 reasons to practice self care. By definition, self care is the practice of protecting your well being and happiness. So, these are 5 reasons to protect your well being and happiness. 1, self care will help you regain the confidence you've lost on your motherhood journey. Motherhood creates a lot of uncertainty, and as a new mom, you're not quite sure if what you're doing is correct all the time. Maternal instinct is a myth. We really have to learn our child's cues and adapt to their needs around the clock. Rebuilding your confidence is important along your motherhood journey. So keep that in mind. Number 2, self care gives you permission to consider your needs. So, as a mother, I'm sure you're no stranger to putting your needs on the back burner. Practicing self care will allow you a guilt free way to consider what you need. And when you're a new mom, a lot of your needs will be wrapped in your child's needs, and that's okay. You'll have a natural need to be close to your child and nurture your child and love on your child. And there will be moments, though, when your child is sleeping and you won't be sure what to do with that time. If your child is older, your needs can actually take up more space because your child is more independent. So, self care is truly a guilt free way for you to take care of you at all stages. Number 3, self care leads to clarity. Motherhood can feel like a whirlwind sometimes, oftentimes, a lot of times. You may not know whether you are coming or going. I've facilitated many vision board workshops, and on more than one occasion, a woman will get stumped about what her vision even is for her life. I'll hear someone say, I can never find time to even think. Like, I don't know what to put on this board. So, clarity is super important for simply living your life and knowing if you're living the way you want to be living. There's a quote that I really like. It's from Buddha. If you're facing the right direction, all you have to do is keep on walking. So self-care will help you hold space for that clarity so that no matter what step you take, you always know that you are moving in the direction that is in alignment with your vision. Self-care unlocks your happiness. Joy is missing from your life. Okay, maybe not yours, but it was missing from mine and a lot of other mothers. So you have your children, you have your responsibilities and relationships and roles, and. But where's the joy? Your happiness is important. It has a direct relationship to your child's well being. Children need happy moms, not moms who don't know adversity or stress, of course, but ones who can manage those things and be present. I used to not be able to be the calm in my daughter's storms, when she was having tantrums or when she really needed me to be regulated to support her regulation. And once I reclaimed joy, I felt even more empowered in my motherhood journey to be that for her. It really has made me just a better mother. And number 5, self-care leads you back to you. Maybe you've lost yourself in motherhood and you're constantly feeling overwhelmed, resentful, and even exhausted. You miss the pre-mom you because she was fun and carefree and had a lot of personality. You still have all that. You just have to reconnect with those parts of yourself. And self-care helps you to do that. If you're ready to reclaim joy through self-care, you can work with me one-on-one. I offer 90-minute coaching sessions for just $397. So you can grab your spot at back2in5.com/one-on-one. To recap the 5 reasons to practice self-care. 1, self-care will help you regain the confidence you've lost on your motherhood journey. 2, self-care gives you permission to consider your needs. 3, self-care leads you to clarity. 4, self-care unlocks your happiness. And 5, self-care leads you back to you. So take some time this week to think about what self-care looks like for you. If you'd like extra support in working that out, I am here. Again, simply visit my website, backtune5.com, to get started. As always, thank you so much for listening, and do something kind for yourself this week. Take that seriously. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for listening to this episode. I hope you learned at least one thing you can implement into your daily routine. To connect with me, follow at Back to You in 5 on Instagram. If you're feeling generous, share this episode with a mom you know and subscribe to the show. I appreciate your support. Remember, motherhood is a journey, not a destination. Grow through it and enjoy the view.